your comfort zone is actually not a bad thing. When we hear the phrase comfort zone, so many people will immediately think, oh yeah, I'm not supposed to be in my comfort zone. And obviously the episode that we're listening to is how to get out of your comfort zone, and I'm going to share with you how to do that. But also we're going to debunk some myths about the comfort zone, because from experience in my own life, your comfort zone is actually a good place to be at certain seasons of your life and for really particular reasons. If you want, however, something new in your life, something more, you want change, it ain't going to happen inside your comfort zone, because there are very specific aspects to change which by their very nature are uncomfortable, meaning not inside your comfort zone. So by the end of this episode, you're going to understand the value and benefits of your comfort zone, when to use it, when to step out of it, and why it's important to do that if you want to expand yourself or your life, and how exactly to get out of your comfort zone, because there are aspects to your human nature which will insistently resist going outside your comfort zone and will attempt in all ways to keep you there. So it's like part of you is like on board with change and getting out there, and part of you is like, nope, I'm not having it. So we need to reconcile the two parts, get you all in, jumping the fence with both feet. That's what we're going to do. Let's get started. You're listening to Practical Spirituality with B, the podcast with spiritual advice for your everyday life, helping you align with your soul so you can live with purpose, fulfillment, and magic. I'm Bernadette Logue. You can call me B, and I'm excited to share this episode with you. So at the time of recording this, I am visiting in Thailand, and I'm reminded why I love this country so much. Shout out to all amazing Thai people. Super friendly, super loving, super welcoming, delicious food, amazing, amazing place. My husband and I got married here and honeymooned here, and I did a sabbatical time here where I wrote my first book. So this place has a lot of love in my heart. And speaking of being outside your comfort zone, before we dive into all the ins and outs of that, hilariously, I am so uncomfortable right now as I'm recording this because I am in a cupboard. Keeping it real, the apartment I'm staying in is like a glass fishbowl, which is beautiful, great city views, but also super noisy. So I'm in a cupboard. So when you think of podcasters making their podcast and everyone having this amazing, cute studio that they record in, that's not always true. Sometimes we just make do with what we've got, particularly if we're on the road. So coming to you from a cupboard in Thailand right now, we're going to talk about getting outside your comfort zone. Now, I'm making this because I help a lot of people with this challenge all the time, right? It's human nature to kind of have this tug of war about being inside your comfort zone, being outside your comfort zone. But I personally have had to really come to understand this for myself, because I have a personality nature and a particular life path number in astrology, which really I've noticed in reflection has inclined me to swing wildly between being completely in my comfort zone and retreating and going way outside my comfort zone so that everything is uncertain and unfamiliar, and really not having a lot of balance between those two things. As a result, that life experience has created some wisdom, which I'd love to share with you today for what it's worth in supporting your journey. First of all, we are cyclical beings, and we are not designed to be in constant expansion. It is unrelenting, exhausting, and intense to constantly be in outward creativity, change, uncertainty, and pushing, if you like that word that is often used in self-help, outside your comfort zone. That has so many benefits and is so beautiful and is really appropriate for a lot of situations, but it is also unsustainable in a lot of ways to expect yourself to permanently be living outside your comfort zone. So if you think about winter is for retreating and hibernating, and spring and summer are for being out and creating and experiencing and expanding, that's kind of true for the seasons of your actual life. So for me, I've gone through periods where I've really gone way outside my comfort zone, like way beyond, facing all my fears, having no certainty, having no familiarity. And then I've gone through phases where I really needed just to retreat and have restoration and have familiarity. And in those phases, I went inside a comfort zone to familiar things and places and specifically simplified my life to remove all, as much as possible, uncertainty and discomfort so that I could restore, so that I could be with myself, so I could rebalance, right? So your comfort zone is very useful for lots of things, okay? You don't need to be constantly outside that comfort zone. However, if you want change and you want something new, you want something different, you ain't going to find it inside your comfort zone, because the very nature of a comfort zone is this. It is familiar. It is routine. It is the same. It is what you're used to. That is not change, okay? So it's easy, it's familiar, it's reliable, it's predictable. It's what you already know you're capable of. It's what you already know how to do. If you want change, if you want something different, if you want something new, get ready, because you've got to put both feet outside that comfort zone. Here is a big reason we have an inherent driver to go outside the comfort zone, even though it's uncomfortable to do it. We get bored because we're not learning anything new, we're not growing, and we're not feeling fulfilled, not because we're ungrateful, not because we have unrealistic expectations, but because you are naturally wired as a human being to desire growth and expansion and learning and newness, variety, expanding your connections, right? It's very healthy. It's beautiful and healthy to do that. So here's what happens. You're all about it. You're ready. I want something new. I want something different. I want to make a change. I might be bored with my comfort zone, and you step out, but you can't seem to get yourself to do the things you need to do, even though you know what you should do, or you're caught in the narrative, I don't know what to do. And things come up like, I don't have enough time, I'm procrastinating and I don't know why, it's not the right time right now, everything I've tried seems to work, but I just don't seem to be able to move forward. And all I want to propose to you is that while there might be some variables that hold you back that are not in this category, by and large, we, in quotations, self-sabotage to stay small. But what self-sabotage really is self-protection, because if I stay small, I get to stay in the comfort zone and I don't have to face what is out there. I don't have to face uncertainty, unpredictability, change, difficulty, unanswered questions. And in short, here's what happens. We totally underestimate our capability and capacity. Because if you go outside your comfort zone and you're faced with things that you fear, part of you might say, that's a terrible scenario. It's not a terrible scenario. It's a great scenario, because you will expand, evolve, and you will still be standing and you will not have the same fear anymore. You might think, well, I don't cope with, I can't, it's not possible. Great. If you go to step outside your comfort zone and that stuff comes up, perfect. Because now you are seeing the narratives that have been fed into your mind by somebody, maybe you, maybe other people, somewhere along your life journey that boxed you in, suppressed you, trapped you, and keep you seemingly safe in your comfort zone, but actually stuck. Away from the things you want, the experiences you want, the newness you want. So let me propose to you, the main thing about going outside your comfort zone is uncertainty, right? Think about that. If I go outside my comfort zone, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm afraid that, what if this? Yeah, that's all uncertainty. If you had certainty, you wouldn't be worried about those things because you would know. So you would just predict the future and you would do it, right? Here's the kicker. You don't have certainty inside your comfort zone. You think you do because life seems predictable and it seems like you can statistically, with some probability, gauge what you think is going to happen each day because you've done it so many times. But there is no certainty in life. There isn't certainty in your comfort zone and there isn't certainty out there beyond it. All of life is uncertain, but here's what's beautiful about it. If you've been in my community before, you're probably reciting this coming statement because you've heard it from me so many times. Uncertainty is the breeding ground of all great possibilities. Certainty is just certainty. It is what it is, nothing new. Uncertainty is where all possibility exists for newness. So now, do you want to stay the same and stay safe inside your perceived comfort zone, where it's also uncertain, or would you rather make changes, be safe, and be with the same uncertainty outside your comfort zone? And there is no right or wrong answer. You are totally allowed to say, I hear you, B, and guess what? I'm staying in my comfort zone. And I'll be like, good for you, because I love the comfort zone too. Isn't it cozy? And it's perfectly placed for different times in our lives. And we get free will to choose when we're going to make moves and not make moves, right? Psychologically, emotionally, physically, financially, geographically. It just comes down to, what do you value most right now in your life? If you value comfort zone most right now in your life where you are, then you'll stay there. If you value some kind of change more than you value the comfort, you'll make a change. So you have to start to look at what you value right now. Like if you're dealing with a big health problem and you're giving like a lot of time and energy to one of your children that's got stuff going on right now, maybe you're working on something that's really important to you, it's something you're really familiar with that you've done all the time, and it's like, I just want things to stay the same because I want to dedicate my focus to this because this is all familiar and this is all important. That's where my values are right now. Great. See how beautiful that is? See why your comfort zone is not some enemy? But if you're like, I'm bored, I've got a yearning to do X, Y, Z, I really know intuitively I need to make a change with X, Y, Z, then you'll know that what you really value is the change, and now it's about, how do I go outside the comfort zone? So you go to step out, fear comes up, doubt comes up, limiting beliefs come up because it's human. I'm going outside my familiarity into uncertain territory. You are primitively wired to have a part of you look for danger. Is it safe? What could go wrong? I need to keep myself alive, right? I am wired to look for risk. And so your brain and body will do all they can to try to assess all the risks for you. But the majority of what your brain and body are doing are making up potential scenarios that in most likelihood will never happen. And so we need to do some things to create a change within so that we can comfortably get outside of that comfort zone. Here are some things to accept about this whole journey. Number one, you have underestimated your capability and capacity if you feel stuck in your comfort zone, because it means you don't back yourself. You're not trusting yourself. If you knew who you really were as a very powerful soul, you would not be questioning yourself. So it's time to come home to who you really are, deeply connect with the soul you are, tap into your soul power, because the power that you need to confidently walk your life in this world is not just going to come from like a mantra in your mind where you just tell yourself some empty words and you don't feel it. It's from understanding who you really are, what is really supporting you, where you really came from, why you're really here, the nature of reality. So that becomes the bigger truth that you live from, which is bigger than and more powerful than the fears and the limiting beliefs that we have, okay? And then we can start to break those down as well. So we accept that we're more capable and have more capacity than we realize. Second, we have to accept that it is uncomfortable to change. To change location, change jobs, change relationships, start a new project, do something different, be outside your comfort zone. Just accept it is uncomfortable. Because when people start to try to make a change, when it gets uncomfortable, they're like, oh, this feels terrible. I'm just going to go back. I'm just going to seek immediate relief and I just want to feel okay. And so they go back. So we choose short-term gain, right? Rather than long-term gain. We're avoiding the pain of stepping out to get immediate relief, to stay small and stuck inside the comfort zone because we don't have to face the feelings. So we're always trading off short-term pain for long-term gain. That's what we're about, right? Stepping out and be uncomfortable. It's not going to be uncomfortable forever. It's just for the period of time as you refamiliarize and orient yourself to something different. And then it becomes easier and more comfortable. It becomes your new comfort zone. You've nudged the edges of that comfort zone. Another point is this, and I love this saying from Kurt Blackson, which I heard him say on a video one time or read somewhere, that it is not comfortable or convenient. It's not comfortable or convenient to listen to your soul, to follow your calling, to walk that path. And that is true for the comfort zone. It is not convenient to make changes. Like I've just made massive, massive changes in my life again, following my knowingness inside, and it's just not convenient. Like, to be honest, it's a pain in the butt. Like, there's logistical stuff, and I'm like, I can't believe I'm having to handle all this logistical stuff, and I brought it on myself because I chose this change. But that's just the mind trying to make up a narrative that keeps us stuck, because it's temporary. As you go through your changes, you get outside your comfort zone, you do what you feel a yearning and a calling for, you're living your fullest life, there is sometimes stuff you got to get done, right? They say, suck it up, buttercup. It's like, not everything is roses and glory. Some stuff is just like logistical stuff you have to get done. And it's inconvenient. You'd rather be probably reading your book and doing something easy. But when we want change, it's worth it, right? It's worth it. And then lastly, just know this, it does become easier to be outside your comfort zone, because the second you get out of your comfort zone, it becomes familiar, you realize you're okay, and where you stand is now part of your new comfort zone. So it's not a permanent state of unease and fear and anxiety and stress. It's not like that. You have to give yourself more credit that you will adjust as you step forward, whether it's a new relationship, a new job, a new place, whatever it might be. Now, to help you to actually deal with your mind and your emotions as you do this, you want to know this. Your mind will run amok and run riot on you unless you lovingly lead it. If you're not leading your mind, who is leading your mind? And the answer is either other people, messages around you, or your mind is running you based on previous messages it's received and interpretations it's made. When you go outside your comfort zone, that looks like fear, what if, risk, I can't, I'm not capable, this is too risky, this is too dangerous, it's not going to go well, I'm not capable, I can't do this. Now, whose job is it to step in and step up and lovingly, with a beautiful tone and strong, confident energy, say to your mind, we've got this. I am capable, I am good enough, I am worthy, I am safe, I belong, I want this, I choose this, I'm doing this, this is exciting. Yes, this is uncomfortable, but it's also exciting. I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm choosing what ifs that work for me. And the answer is the person that steps up and does that is you. You do it to yourself, for yourself. Huge, important life skill to learn. We all need the life skill of learning how to lovingly lead our minds. If we don't lead our minds, run our minds, own our minds, they will own us. When it comes to the feelings, I'm paralyzed with fear, I can't, I'm so anxious, I feel butterflies in my stomach, I feel sick in my stomach, my neck is tired, I'm having headaches, I don't think I can do this, and we start retreating. It's the new job, it's the potential for promotion, it's a new relationship, putting yourself out there on the dating scene, maybe thinking about selling your house and moving to a new location. You get on the edge and it's like, oh no, I just can't do this. All the emotions take over. Those are emotions, they're not who you are. They're valid feelings. They're valid feelings because you're going beyond the familiar. Your job is to step in and step up and lovingly lead yourself physiologically, body, nervous system, emotional system, into a state of calm so that you can lead your mind, your body, and your emotions in the direction that you're choosing to go as a sovereign being. That can look like using EFT, emotional freedom techniques, also called tapping, the emotion code, great process by Dr. Bradley Nelson for clearing blocked up emotions. Diaphragmatic breathing, very powerful for signaling your brain and body out of fear, stress response into relaxation response. Meditation. Your job is to help yourself feel safe. When you can lovingly lead your mind and you can understand how to pull levers to make yourself feel safe, you'll be outside your comfort zone dancing and playing all day long. And by the way, there is no judgment and no shame on feeling resistant to change. Like, I love change, and oh my gosh, the amount of resistance I've put up to it is immense. Whether it's like somebody saying you need to change your technology you're using, or I need to change service provider, or I need to change something about my life situation. It's like I know, but I resist it because it's just like, uncomfortable and inconvenient. Right? You just have to choose. What kind of life do I want? I'll probably be dead in 50 or 60 years. Let's be honest. Like, we're only going to be here for however many more decades. So what have we got to lose? We'll be leaving here. Let's live fully, right? Let's live fully. So, to help you with living from your soul power, sorting out your mind, getting out of your own way, doing the changes that you want to do, big or small, it does not matter. There's two things that I can help you with. First of all, coming up, 31st of August, 2023, I'm starting a brand new free workshop series. It's only going to be on for about 8 days. It's called Live Your Soul Plan and Purpose. And it is in 3 parts. We're going to reconnect you to your soul and to your plan and purpose. We're going to secondarily sort out your mind. I'm going to show you how to do that. And third, we're going to design your soul-aligned life. You're going to get tips about how to do that, okay? Coming up 31st of August. If you're already on my email list, you're sorted. Basically, I'll just be sending it directly to you free. If you want to join and you're not on my email list, go to bernadettelogue.com/subscribe. Sign up to my email newsletter, and then you'll be on the list to get that when the workshop starts on the 31st of August. So that again is bernadettelogue.com/subscribe. If you're like, I need something more, I want deeper help, go to my website, bernadettelogue.com. And you've got 2 options. You can join me in my group program, Soul Odyssey, where we do all of this, like we do everything from A to Z. And you get coaching support from me in the group environment, live calls, online discussion forum support. Or you can click on coaching. And each month I take a small number of people and I'll do private one-on-one. So if you're interested in that and applying for that, you can go to the website and click on coaching on the top menu. Find out if that's going to be right for you. You can reach out to me and send me an overview of the situation, and I'll let you know if it'll be right for you and what the availability is. It's been a pleasure to be here with you. I need to go now because it's really hot in this cupboard doing my makeshift podcast recording. I will see you again really soon for the next episode. I'm sending love to you wherever you are in the world. Thanks for listening to Practical Spirituality with B. I'll talk to you next episode for more spiritual advice for your everyday life, helping you align with your soul so you can live with purpose, fulfillment, and magic.